Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I curl my hair. On several of my past videos where my hair is like curled and wavy, I saw a lot of comments asking how I curl my hair. I have done a video like this around a year ago, I want to say, but my hair was a lot longer and I curled it differently then than I do now. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm currently curling my hair, what products I use, what curling iron I use, and how I create a very loose wave. Especially with short hair, it's harder to curl, so I want to show you how I do it. I just get a ponytail holder. If you have clips, that works too. I just use this to section off my hair. I start at the bottom and I just use my fingers like to section, like right at my ears, and I go all the way around, and I basically just tie the rest of this hair out of the way, and I just have this small bottom section. For my heat protectant, I use L'Oreal Sleek It Iron Straight Heat Spray, and this is 450 degree protection. I really like this heat protectant. I've been using it for years now. It smells so good. It's not too oily, and it makes your hair feel really nice. This is my curling iron that I use. I got this when I was in cosmetology school, so this is like 6 or 7 years old. You might notice the curling irons I have probably look different than the ones you have, and that's because cosmetologists normally prefer to use a Marcel curling iron. This is a Marcel curling iron like this. It rotates around in circles, or you can lock it so that way it doesn't rotate and then you're just using it like this. We learn how to hold these in cosmetology school and you just get so used to it. So this is a Marcel curling iron. Yours probably has a clamp on it. None of that's important. The only thing that matters is the barrel size. This barrel size is 1 inch. So as long as you have a curling iron that is 1 inch, you'll be good to go and your curls should look just like mine. Last time I filmed the video of how I curl my hair, I was using a much bigger curling iron because my hair was longer. I've always preferred my curls to be a little bit more loose and not tight and not a ringlet curl, almost like a loose beachy wave. So in order to do that, I take about 1 inch sections. I curl away from my face to start with, and I leave the ends hanging out, and I don't leave it on for very long. So here's what my curl looks like. Then I just grab the next section. I use a comb and comb through, and same thing. I'm curling away from my face, and you can see I'm leaving my ends out. This will get easier the higher on your head you go because you have more hair to work with. These underneath bits are a lot more difficult to curl. I split my hair in half, so this half and then this half, and this is the last little section I'm going to be doing on this side. Under here isn't really that important to get a nice curl. As long as you're just kinking the hair in some way and adding some sort of bend to the hair, it'll look fine. I'm just going to repeat the same thing. And I already sprayed my heat protectant on. I spray it on each section before I start. My curling iron is set at 350. I honestly don't know why they make curling irons to go so hot, because you don't need the curling iron on like 400 degrees. Like, you're not trying to bake a pizza, all right? It's a little excessive. I always try to keep it 350 or lower. Okay, now I just have this small section right here. Now I'm just gonna bring down the next section, and I like to do this one at my temples. Gonna take my heat protectant again and just spray the section. There are so many different ways you can curl your hair, and how you're gonna curl your hair depends on what type of curl you're looking for. If you like your curls to be a little bit tighter and a little bit more prominent, you're gonna take smaller sections all around. So you're gonna take more sections as you go up, and the sections you take in each section is also gonna be smaller. So I'm taking like 1 inch sections like this. If you're wanting a tighter, more of a ringlet curl, you're gonna split that section in half and take even smaller partings. That way you're gonna get a little bit tighter of a curl. Also, the barrel of your curling iron determines how big or small your curl is gonna be. So if you want more of that tight curl, obviously make your barrel a little bit smaller. If you want larger curls, then you're gonna take larger sections, not as many sections going up, and a larger barrel. When I cut my hair short, I had to go down to this size barrel. It's hard to curl short hair with a bigger curling iron. So as you can see, the ends are left out here, and there's just this bend and curl in my hair, and the ends are straight. And I'm curling away from my face. I just prefer my curls to go away from my face. I don't like hair being in my face or directed towards it, so I just like to curl everything away from my face. If you want more texture in your hair, then you should curl towards your face, away from your face, towards your face, away, so that way there's different curl patterns going different directions. It's going to create more movement in your hair and more texture. I'm more about comfort than anything else, and I hate having hair in my face. So I like to just curl everything away. Also, if you're looking for more of that defined curl pattern, you can always put a heat protectant on that has more of a stronger hold to it, or you can spray each section with hairspray. That way, if you have like an event or something and you need your curls to last a really long time, having hairspray on the curls is going to make them stay in place until whatever event you're going to. If you're not used to curling your hair, just practice. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. The first few times, you might burn yourself and you might be a little bit more clumsy with the iron, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. They also make like curling iron gloves. They're really thin, but they'll protect you in case you accidentally hit the barrel. If you buy a curling wand where you wrap the hair around the curling wand, most of the time it comes with gloves. I kind of just let the curls slide out of the curling iron. I'm gonna split this top section into two. So our partings are above the ear, at the temples, and then I'm gonna go right here. You can see how large my sections I'm taking are. I would just play around with it and figure out what you like and what works for you, because everything I'm doing might not be what you're looking for, or you might find a way that works for you a little bit better than what I'm showing you. The most important thing if you're looking for a curl that's similar to mine is to leave your ends out. Don't curl all the way down to the tip. Make sure you're leaving those ends out so that way it's a little bit more loose. And depending on the length of your hair, that'll be how many times it wraps around the iron. So you can see here, my hair is wrapping around the iron twice and then I'm leaving them out. So if you have longer hair, you can still do this technique, but you're gonna wanna use a little bit larger of an iron. Do the exact same thing I'm doing. Just make sure you leave your ends out. If you have even shorter hair than I do, you can still do this technique. You might just need a little bit smaller of an iron. As you guys know, I just bleached my roots and I'm actually really loving the color right now. I'm probably gonna leave it for a little while and just, see how I like it until I get that impulse to dye it. I do have some really fun hair dyeing videos coming up, but I think I might wait a couple weeks to do those because I just love the color it is right now. I like being a little pastel princess instead of a rainbow queen, you know what I'm saying? If you have naturally wavy or curly hair, you might want to straighten it before you do this, because if you don't and you let your natural hair dry, curly, or wavy, then these ends aren't going to be straight, and you need these ends to be somewhat straight in order to get that like textured wave. If your ends are curly and kinky, then your whole head's gonna be curly. You want these ends to be laying straight. I have naturally wavy hair and I just blow dry it so that way it blow dries straight so I don't have to straighten it before I curl it. So if I know that I want to curl my hair for something, I'll go ahead and blow dry it. See, for this top section, you're gonna have a lot more hair, so you're gonna wanna keep moving the iron down. You're gonna have more ringlets than you will underneath. Underneath here, my hair can wrap around the iron like one time, and up top, it wraps around like 3. So I like to just wrap it around, leave it there for a second, slide it down, and then wrap it all the way up. Sometimes I'll take these and kind of just wrap it around a little bit so it's not completely straight and there's just a little bit of that bend. Kind of just helps with the shape a little bit. And if you feel like you've over curled a piece, you can just pull the curl out and spray it with a little bit of heat protectant. That way it'll pull the curl out a little bit more. Once I have my hair completely curled, I like to spray them with some X-Mondo Force Field. This was just gonna give a little bit of hold and grip to the hair, so I just spray this all over. Now I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for my curls to cool down and for the product to dry on my hair. That way the curls maintain their shape and I don't rake any of the curls out once they're hot. So I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Now that my hair has cooled down, I just take my fingers and pull all of my curls out. I just start at the root and pull all of them out, rake through them a little bit, and then I can start to kind of place them where I want them. You can get some hairspray and hairspray the curls in the areas you want them. So this is the finished product. This is how I curl my hair now that it's short. I'll go ahead and turn around and show you what the back looks like. That is all for today's video. I hope it was helpful in some way, and I hope you got some tips and tricks from this video. If you do have longer hair, you can check out my other video when my hair was longer. I'll leave a link to that video right up here for you. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and until next time, guys, stay weird. Goodbye.